Hey everyone, welcome to the Select Generation podcast. My name is Sam Henneberg, Director of Soccer. Today we're joined by Matthew Nielson. So Matthew's recently committed to Loras College in Iowa, and he's excited about going there. So Matthew, thanks for joining. Appreciate your time. Appreciate you coming on here with us. So I'll let you introduce yourself. Just tell us a bit about like who you are, where you're from, your previous sort of soccer, and then we'll go from there.
Yeah, well, thank you for having me on. I'm 22 years old from Windsor, California, in Sonoma County, kind of like NorCal, California. I'm currently playing, and I attend for school the Center as a junior college, pretty well-known junior college out here in California. Real good program pedigree. So the coaches there have been super cool. Helped me along in my process. I've kind of had a different process of the way things for me playing. Out of high school, I took a gap year and with eTour Sports in Spain, played in Valencia, Spain for that year. That was a huge help. I matured, 18 years old. I'm living by myself out there. So I grew, as a person and player really out there. And I feel like a lot of my game that I play with now comes from that European and kind of Spanish style that I learned so much about out there, and kind of translated that into my game a little bit. From out there, I got the opportunity to be looked at by a Division I University of Pacific in Stockton, California. They play in the West Coast Conference, the WCC. So I committed there out of Spain. Went there during like peak COVID time, so it was pretty restricted. The fall we couldn't play any games, so we just practiced. So I had a real good, pretty much semester of just practicing at a D1 level, which elevated my game a ton. And then come springtime during preseason, I got hurt out there, and the recovery was kind of weird. I couldn't really do anything. I just had to rest. And me and my family, we decided that I should terminate my kind of schooling at University of Pacific. So I came back home, rehabbed for about 3 months, kind of just rested, honestly. Wasn't too fun, but getting back into that that lightened my mood and my spirit. So that's when I transferred over to the junior college, and then was having a real fun time getting ready for preseason. And then the first game, the non-league game, I tore my ACL during the first 10 minutes of the game, and that was a killer. So that happened at the end of August of 2021, I believe. Yeah, so that hurt me a ton. That was a huge blow, killer. Um, I did my ACL and my MCL, and for people that know knee injuries, the MCL, it can heal on its own. So that was a 4 to 5 week process to where I didn't have surgery or anything because the doctors and my surgeon wanted my MCL to heal first before they went in and worked on my ACL. So I didn't get surgery until November the 2nd of that year. And then after that, I started my rehab. I was bed bound for a week and a half. Eating all day, sleeping all day, just in my bed watching movies. I couldn't really do much. And then started my PT with kind of with the hospital and the surgeon their area. Um, really progressed really well. I thought I was lucky to be going into the surgery pretty fit because I was in season. I was full match fitness and stuff. So that helped me out with my range of motion and everything like that. I got that back pretty quick. And then it was just the battle for getting the strength back in my left quad because that's where it really took the hit. My two quads, different sizes, so I had to get back to having it be matched, or even my other quad being stronger than the other one. So just to make sure I was fully good, everything, the supporting cast around the knee was good. And then, it was a long road, but like I mentioned before, the coaches at the JC, they helped me out with getting in the summer with the trainers there. Um, my kids on my team were super cool with supporting me during the time, seeing if I wanted to go run, if I wanted to go jog. kick the ball a little bit, just get back into the swing of things. When I was kind of getting back to touching the ball and jogging a little bit. And then, I played this year at the JC. I played about a little less than half the games. And I thought I could have done better. I was probably like around 80%, 95%. But I didn't really feel like I put on the whole mat. Um, so I wasn't real confident in my film at the JC just because, the minutes were lower than maybe what I wanted. But in retrospect, I understood that because I wasn't at full, me, as a player. So I reached out to my coach, reached out to me and showed me a Select Generation, their ID camp in Napa, California. And, I was looking for schools and I saw their school's going to be there. It was nearby, local, and I heard about it a little bit. Real good marketing, Instagram, everything like that looked pretty well built up. So I was like, yeah, why not give it a shot? Um, Went in pretty confident, like, hey, I'm just gonna play my game, do what I can to kind of show the coaches and show you guys what I can do to give me the best opportunity, and that helped out a ton. Yeah, I played really well at the camp. I feel like I did a good job.
MVP.
Coaches there, yeah. I didn't even know there was a award, but it was a good surprise at the end. Yeah, at the end of it. So yeah, after that, I talking to Sam a little bit after the ID camp, and he kind of told me about how they can make a film from the camp and show my film out to other coaches. And I went with it because I really wanted to find a place that I could go to academically and keep playing the sport I love to play. So um, in the whole thing, the Puppet Master is Select Generation, and Sam, they helped me out with Loris. I didn't even know about Loris out there in Iowa until they reached out to me. And, I to give you guys props too, I had about from the film that you guys sent around that first week, I probably had I think maybe 7, 8, or 9 schools that emailed me in the first day or two that you sent out my film. So I was really gladly surprised about that. Talked to all the coaches and found Loris the most interesting, and they seem pretty keen on me, which is big. Um, I saw their pedigree and what they are as a school and a team. Thought I could totally get behind that, in a winning culture, winning ways. So went out there about a month ago and enjoyed all my time there. The boys over there, my future teammates, they showed me a good time, and how the school is, how the city, everything's so connected, so small, but everyone it's a sports school and a soccer school. So I thought that was really cool, and the coaches were awesome to me too. So yeah, evident I committed to Loris, and I'm pretty happy about that. I can't wait to get there in August and work towards the banners and the rings and the medals and all that stuff with the team.
Yeah.
So I'm thrilled. Yeah, I'm super excited.
Good night, man. That's yeah, I mean, your journey is pretty different to anyone else's, right? I think you have a very unique
Yeah.
journey. And to be fair, mate, I think you're stronger for it. Like you've gone through a lot of things that people would go through once, but you had an injury, another injury, you went abroad and then COVID. So I mean your journey is yeah,
Yeah.
pretty unique. So I
Just
think
makes up who I am as a player though, it
yeah,
makes me a little bit unique. I got a story to tell, and it shows, and I tell all these people, like, if you don't really find yourself having, the school that you're looking for, your dream school you want to go to and play to, a gap year is a awesome to like I'm a full supporter of the gap year ever since I took it. Um, and I really believe in it. If that's what you want to do it. You have a full year to only develop your skills, yourself as a person. Um, and it worked out for me, and I think it can work out for a lot of other players. So
so
yeah.
for your gap year, what how would you compare the level, sort of going from like club, high school, academy soccer, and then going over to
Hmm.
Europe? Like how would you say what's like the biggest difference in terms of on the field, tactically, like what made you better, what was better, what was worse? Like, how would you describe the on the field, like the soccer experience over there in Spain?
Yeah, yeah. The biggest thing that my biggest improvement is my touch. My touch when I went over there was, I thought it was decent for, the high school level club, academy, whatever level I was playing at over here. I went over there completely wrong. No, all these guys got unbelievable touch. The ball sticks to their foot, out of the air, their chest. Yeah, it's incredible. So, and I feel like I really improved on my touch out there and brought it over here, which is, I pride my game on too now. Having a good touch, and I take that fully from the experience in Spain. Um, I think over here, I think it's a little more physical and faster, and like I think the players are more athletically gifted here, but over there it's all technical. It's, maybe in the US I know there's a few examples of the guy who scores a bunch of goals, is the best or looked at, as a key player. But over in Spain, it's the six. It's the guy who is completely balanced, who really glues all the team together. He never loses the ball. He's fully balanced always, always on his feet, always picking out a pass. He barely misdirects a pass. And it's so much build up, slower play, but it's so tactical. It's so precise. Yeah. That I would, yeah, that type of the game it's awesome over there. And, for me to be able to not only experience it, but take some of that over with me and here, was pretty beneficial, I thought, to me, and my game. Yeah.
Yeah, it's funny you say that because so myself and Victor who's like running our Spanish and English residencies. So
Hmm.
he played at Lenore Ryan Division Two school near Charlotte, and we're always joking because he's obviously from Spain, so he's like the tactical, technical, and I'm obviously from England where we have the stereotype of the long ball. So then coming to
Hmm.
the US too, when I'm not exactly the fittest or the most athletic. I should he always reminds me I should be going back to England to that style of soccer. But no man, I mean I think you really benefited from that. And like I said, I think it's a great experience. Like for me, when I graduated high school, I wanted to travel, I wanted to play football, and I wanted to study. So coming to the US did all that for me.
Yeah.
Think obviously, coming from like a European style of football, for me, that's what I grew up in. So it's so different. Like tactically, the way you're coached, like the way your teammates view the game, like
Yeah.
especially like promote the biggest one for me is promotion relegation. Like it's
Hmm.
crazy to me how you can be in the last game of the season and you can like be happy with a loss because you get the number one draft pick rather than like in England or in Spain where or in anywhere really you're
Yeah.
fighting for a point, 1 point to tie the game so you don't get relegated. So I think just
Totally.
the whole culture really. But
Yeah.
yeah, and then in terms of like so in terms of your journey then, what do you think or how important do you think it was going to Loris to like view the campus before? So obviously you've done research, right? You've gone, okay, they have a good soccer program, they like me, they like my video. Okay, like what academically do they have in terms of the coaches? Like where have they been previously, or what style of football do they play? Like
Hmm.
how important do you think research is before going to the school? And what type of research did you do on Loris other than the visit? Or at the visit to make sure you knew it was the right place? Like, talk us through the process of, okay, they have a soccer team. I like the soccer team, but like all the other factors, talk us through that.
Yeah. So research, I mean, it's honestly, it's probably the most important thing, right? You're a student before you're an athlete. So if you go to a school or you're talking to a school and you have a major in mind or an interest or a hobby in mind, and maybe they don't provide it and you think you like the team so much, I'll just work around it, you're going to have a hard time because you're going to have to think that you like in the back of your head, you want to do this hobby, but maybe it's not provided at the school. So I'm big on really seeing if the school offers my major that I'm interested in, because to go on beyond playing. I want to play as long as I can, but I got to be realistic as well. If I have a job or whatever lined up, maybe that's the smartest move. Um, so that's really important. Major, and then for me, I was all about location. I've never been out to the Midwest, so I didn't really know much about Iowa. So I looked up Iowa, just what I could from on the computer, and then on the phone. I asked the coach about, types of formations, like you said, style of play, what they're looking for in a striker or your position, the position that you play, and then the culture. I'm really big on culture and how the guys are. If maybe they say, "Oh yeah, we're a little separated," I like to have a real tight knit group,
Yeah.
real good community, real good culture. And for me, I this might be just particular me, but I like fans. I like to see, who goes to the game. Like, do a lot of people go to the game, or is there a good student body that goes to the game? Especially with Loris, there's a ton of kids that go to the game, a ton of parents, and even people that just live in the area around the school. They all support the games, and you can even see like attendance on some of the like websites, soccer websites, and stuff like that. So if that helps you, you can do that. And then pretty much Loris was super cool when I went out there. I got to meet with my interested major, like one of the professors for that. Another major, I asked them I could meet a professor with, and then I met with just a kind of basic counselor slash advisor type of person who helped me through, what I could maybe see in the future if I head out there. So meeting with those people and researching those types of things, and it's going to be different for everyone. Like everyone's going to have a different major. I would just, really see if the school caters to you outside of soccer first, because like we all love the game, right? So if we have a chance to play anywhere, we're going to love to do that. But you also got to think of the other side of things because not everything is soccer. Soccer's without games, it's probably only an hour and a half to maybe 3 hours a day. After that, you got a whole day, you got school, you got homework, back at your dorm, house, apartment, whatever it is. You can't really do soccer all day. You got to do other things like school and stuff. So
Yeah.
I would really focus on that side of the schooling as well.
Yeah. No, I think it's so important, right? Because like if you weren't, if like even your example, if you get injured, like what are you going to do there? Like
Yeah, true. Yeah.
you got to think about the school as a whole. And I think Sam there, Coach Sam, does a really good job of making sure
Hmm.
you feel welcome. And he does a really good job on the visit to make sure that's your number one choice afterwards.
Yeah.
But no, Matt, I think, like I said previously, your journey is really fascinating, interesting. You've done everything. You've been abroad, you've been to junior college, now you're going to NCAA. So no, I think that stands you in good stead too, right? And for your sort of professional career too, once you graduate. If you end up playing soccer, if you end up in the professional workplace, like I think your story really has developed you obviously on the field because you go into a good program, but off the field too. I mean, just from talking to you, I'm just from knowing you and having you at the showcase,
Hmm.
really humble.
Yeah.
You're a good kid, you understand, you get it. So
Oh, I
um
appreciate that. Thank
yeah,
you. Yeah.
no, Matt, thanks for coming on the podcast, mate.
No, of course. Thank you for having me. Yeah, I
Yeah,
love
yeah,
I love kind of talking because like you mean, I mean, I have a different I'm not the high school to college to graduate, All my friends in my high school class, they just graduated this year, and I still got 3 years to play of eligibility. So it's crazy, but I know like if I can reach out to anyone and talk to anyone about my journey and help them through it or in any way, I'm here to do that. So yeah.
awesome, awesome, man. And then I think I'm gonna start doing this at the end of the podcast. I'm gonna ask the players for a fun fact.
A
So,
fun fact.
is there any fun fact we haven't
Man.
discussed yet about you?
About me.
Yeah, about you. Or
About
well, actually,
me.
you can spin it if you've got a fun fact about something random.
I'm not going to talk about soccer because I'm a Chelsea fan and I'm fed up with
Yeah,
the
I'm
season.
with you on
So
that, man. I'm with you on that.
yeah. Oh man, I don't know. Uh, a fun fact.
I should have prepped you better, huh?
You should have prepped me. No, I guess I'll say, I don't know. I'm an avid fisher. I guess there you go.
You
Yeah,
like
I like
fishing?
to fish. I like to fish around California. Yeah, there's some, I got some secret spots in my town, and it's pretty enjoyable. Um,
I'm gonna,
yeah, tranquility and everything.
I'm gonna text you, mate, because
Please do. Yeah,
I'm not an avid fisher. I like fishing, but
yeah.
I wouldn't say I'm very good. I usually just sort of throw it out and hope, but there's a lot of techniques to it, right?
Well, there you go. I mean, there can be some techniques, but sometimes, like how I started fishing is, um, I used it to, kind of be quiet and just kind of be by myself and just chill, there was school was kind of getting crazy and I was in between looking for schools and I needed just to settle down and be calm, kind of be myself. And that's how I started fishing. I wasn't out there to catch anything. I was just so quiet, it's peaceful. Um, you can bring headphones. I didn't even bring headphones to start. I just kind of was there in silence until I got better and better and better. So, yeah, there's a lot of I believe heavily into the benefits of fishing. So there you go. There's my fun fact. Yeah,
Love that, Matt. Love that. Well,
yeah.
thanks for joining, Matt. And yeah, obviously you have my number, so text us if you have any help with Laura.
Yeah, of course, man. And I appreciate it again. Yeah, for everything.
Yeah, no worries, mate. All right, have a good rest of your evening, and we'll chat soon. All right?
Awesome. Thank you. Yeah. Cheers, man. Thank you.